Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, coming in with this brief first impressions video on the brand new summer 2019 anime series, Astra Lost in Space. This was a double-length episode, 43, 47 minutes, something like that, and it just astounded me. I mean, from right out of the gate, the cast of characters, it kind of feels like Darling in the Franxx all over again, but it's in the title. Lost in Space, one of my all-time favorite films from the 90s, going back to an original series in the 60s, was Lost in Space, and we have, for all intents and purposes, a cast of characters who is very literally living up to that title. They are, in fact, lost, and they have sort of a trajectory of how to get back to where they need to be in the hopes of getting back home to Earth and everything like that. It's a cast of sort of high school students and one 10-year-old girl who's the little sister of one of the students, all different, sort of characters from all different backgrounds and walks of life. Hopefully we're going to actually delve into their characterization and things like that, their backstories, and but they've all sort of shown themselves for this grand resolve that is just inspiring to me from right off the bat. When sort of the very flaky, airheaded main character, I guess she's kind of sort of the main character, or at least she's the main character in focus in the first episode. She's, sort of adrift out in space, and you have the dude who's aspiring to be the captain of the group and everything. She has her purse stolen in like the airport or whatever you want to call it, the ship port, just before they're going to be taking off to this planet, where essentially they're going to be, partaking in space camp kind of thing. For 5 days, they're supposed to go to this planet and survive, and then they'll be picked up again by, their higher ups, their teachers, and everything like that from their school. But something goes awry in the early going, where there's this like energy balloon that happens and transports them 5,000 some odd light years further away than this planet they were left off on, just moments after touchdown, and the teachers leave, and everything like that. So they're way gone. They are far beyond where they're supposed to be, and as I say, they have this working trajectory on how to get back to where they need to be. But we already see that some of the characters, like there's this one really sheepish young lady who's apologetic to the nth degree. She's apologizing for everything, her own inadequacies and things like that. Hopefully we'll delve into that. I'm sure she has a scarred, background of some type. You have the one jerk face who's like very pithy and just sort of like scoffs at everything and is very belittling, very sort of, I guess you could say, negative about the scenario. Why don't you just come clean and say we're all going to die, we're all screwed, that kind of thing, rather than being hopeful and whatever. And you got the sort of, very intelligent techie guy, scientific guy, who's also, able to pilot the ship. And so you got a whole bunch of different characters that can bring something unique to the table. And again, I hope we are going to be delving into their backstories and learning that much more about them as they coexist and learn about each other. And they've forged this at least pseudo bond in the opening of unifying, of trying to work together toward this purpose, because they don't want to die, obviously, in the depths of space. And they found this ship that was orbiting the planet they were transported to. Luckily, they all decided to activate their helmets again, their oxygen helmets. Otherwise, they would have been dead immediately, but all of them survive, and it's going to be interesting to see if they all survive through to the end, if they make their journey back, what kind of trials and tribulations they're going to be confronting on this grand sort of space opera epic of their being, again, as it says in the title, Lost in Space. Astra Lost in Space. The Astra is the name they give to the vessel that they found just parked in orbit around this planet they were transported to, and they only have so much food. That's why they have this working trajectory going on, because they've plotted, sort of the course that's going to take them so many days to one planet and then so many days to the next, and they're going to have to forage and pillage for food every step of the way that they're trying to return home. And this is just brilliant sci-fi. It's like one of my all-time favorite science fiction concepts of being out in space and having to, survive, fight for survival, and the character drama and depth that can be born out of that. Even the more modern Lost in Space series that I think was like Netflix exclusive or Amazon exclusive, something like that, some streaming service, that was a fantastic series as well. And now we have this grand marriage of this just awesome sauce sci-fi trope and sort of plot device. And it's an anime. It's the best of both worlds for my particular range of fandoms, science fiction and anime and everything like that. And I didn't know what to expect with it. I was sort of gobsmacked at the double length of the premiere episode. I don't think they're all going to be like, 40 some odd minutes. But I didn't know what to expect, and all of a sudden, the next thing I knew, after clicking play, the episode was over, and I was just resounding. I was like, holy crap! I wanna be on this journey with them. I want to see where this takes them. And so I had to come on and sort of, fanboy about it, because it's the first series in the summer 2019 season of anime, I think, out of like the 4 or 5 that I've watched thus far, that just gobsmacked me and excited me this much. I had to come on and do a first impressions video on it, just bringing it to your awareness. Check it out. I have to say, check it out. If you were on the fence on it, if you had no idea about it whatsoever, it demands your attention, at least as far as I'm concerned. At least as far as I'm concerned, as far as this opening is concerned, I can only hope it lives up to the just awesome sauce that this opening episode gave me, brought me, that kind of thing. The way it grabbed my lapels and kept my attention. So yeah, just wanted to shout this series out for anyone who may not be aware of it, as I say, or may have been loosely considering it and hadn't actually taken the time to check it out. I think it's definitely going to be worth the watch and the investment. And that's just going on the first episode, I know, but it totally had me excited, so I had to talk about it. And so yeah, otherwise it'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.